Good morning. It is Sunday morning, really early. The sun hasn't come up yet, but I have an array of color on my paper and I'm ready to play. It's nice and quiet here. So I hope you enjoy and get some ideas. This particular piece is going to be a wetland, I believe, with some grass, but sometimes I change my mind. So that's the direction I'm going. And I'm going to be using Golden's Soft Gel Gloss, and I'm going to use a little bit of the Titan Buff. And why I want to do that is I want to kind of give some depth and a little bit of a dreamlike quality to this piece. So before I paint with the acrylics I have in mind to do some of the more refined details, I want to add this really transparent coat of the gloss over the top of some parts of it, both to protect the color, but also to add a little bit of that transparent dreamlike quality that I find really fun. So we will see how it goes. Hope you're having a good day. I have some gold Liquitex acrylic ink that I've put on this painting, and I love the shine of it. But I also like how the Titan Buff is kind of calming it down on this top portion where I'm going to fade out a little bit. And this top portion, I'm thinking, is where the sky is going to be, and a little bit of foliage, a little bit of trees, some grasses are going to be toward the bottom. So what I want is for there to be paler color toward the top and have it fade down into some really intense color. And I like my experiment seems to be working out the way I want it to. The Titan Buff is kind of a cream color instead of a really bright white, and it's doing a nice job of fading it while keeping the integrity of the tones. Usually I use white, but I thought white would be just too bright for this particular piece, and I'm glad I went more with a cream color instead. One of my favorite things to do is to go outside and hike. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and there's so many beautiful trails and lakes and mountains and things to just immerse yourself in and kind of forget about the world for a while. But one of the most beautiful things that you can come upon is water that's got kind of this mist over the top of it. It seems surreal, magical. So I try and capture that in my art a lot of the time, bring those memories back, especially in the winter where I'm not hiking nearly as much because I'm a bit of a wuss and I don't like the cold. So painting's a really fun way to dream for a little while on a rainy, cold Sunday morning. Dream of May when I can go put my backpack on and go get started again. The other really fun thing is my garden starting to wake up. I spent most of last year tearing up a ½ acre of grass and putting in a vegetable and a flower garden. And I went out to my garden the other day and noticed that it's starting to wake up. Little tiny signs that I should be turning over the soil and thinking about what I'm going to plant this year. So spring is coming. Things have been so stressful in the world this year. I can't wait to just immerse myself in life that the outdoors and nature provides. I might have trouble finding time to paint once I have to share my time with the sun. Oh well, it always rains in June, so I'll be painting in June for sure. I try not to get too annoyed with the rain. It does make everything so lovely and green, and ferns are like one of my favorite things, so can't have those without the rain. There, like that. I'm going to drag it down the right side a little bit more, I think. So I wonder sometimes about people who watch my videos. I don't know if you guys find any of this useful or just curious about how I do what I do, or if you're trying out some of the things that I've done. I wonder too, I hope you're doing okay in this COVID life. I know that I'm really lucky because I have so many kids and family that live inside my house. The isolation hasn't been too hard for me, but I've also been on the phone with people who were just sobbing because they were so lonely. It's such a hard time right now for people, so I hope that you are doing okay. I think half the reason I make these videos and put myself out there is just to connect with people. Normally, I think it'd be really fun to have like a gallery showing and cook some beautiful food, because food is a part of everything I do, and chat with people and hang out with people and just enjoy art, and can't do that right now. So I think part of this too is just purely a hand reaching out and just getting to say, hey, I'm out here on Whidbey Island, and hope that maybe you'll reach back and say, hey, I hear ya, I'm out here in the world too, and we can connect that way. At least there's technology. It's not quite the same as a hug, but I'm thinking about you and hoping you're doing well, wherever you are out there. Always trying to remember that this too shall pass, and we will throw the biggest party when it does, that's for sure. I think my kids said they were going to invite everyone they know over, and we're just going to have 4th of July and, you know, Thanksgiving and birthday parties all at the same time. So make up for lost years and lost times of getting to connect. Especially my poor son who's 15. He's a type 1 diabetic, so for us, we've been more careful than some people have had to, just because we want to keep him safe. And so he really misses his friends and is able to connect with them through Discord some, but I can't wait to be able to say, hey, call, invite him over, let's have a party that just goes on for days. Because even though we're tough and we've got grit and we can do this thing, the reality is it's daunting and hard too. It's really hard to pretend like everything's okay, but there isn't this huge white elephant of fear every time you have to go to the grocery store, or fear that you might actually have to go to the doctor, or fear of exposure. Be nice when that's gone. Although we get to wear some really stylish masks, I've got to say. There's some better options out there in the last couple months. Start matching my mask to my purse and feeling quite trendy. Okay, I think I've got that where I want it. So if you can tell, I added just a little bit of that titanium buff to the gel gloss, and so it's really transparent and it's gonna dry, shiny, and then matte. And so I kind of washed out the color towards the top here, but it doesn't go as far as here. So it's going to be really intense color towards the bottom where the shadows are going to be. And this is how I like it. So now I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to start painting some water plants, and some of the light that's going to hit the water, some of the ripple effects are going to start coming out too. So I'll post that in a later video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll chat soon.